Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we will be building a live installation and recovery Arch Linux image using the latest ArchISO. For your convenience, we'll include a lightweight XFCE desktop environment along with Network Manager, Pipewire, and Firefox so you can watch videos on the machine you are trying to install or recover. To make things interesting, I'll be using the very same image we'll be building to make itself. This kind of like self-hosting, and I'm doing this to demonstrate how powerful the ArchISO process can be. Let's get started by logging into the KVM Live environment, which we are about to build. All right. Live user's password is LivePass. And here's our XFCE environment that we're about to build. Let's make dark mode here. Arc dark, I like. Also the Papyrus dark icons, pretty good. Also like to change the wallpaper to something a little darker. Let's see, that looks good. And let's launch a terminal. Make it a little bigger. And let's give us a little more space. By typing sudo mount -o remount size equals 2 gigs. Run ArchISO copy on write space. Hit enter. LivePass is the password here. So now we have a live file system of 2 gigs. Let's see, we also need to set up a scratch disk. I've got a 20 gig one standing by, so let's gdisk it. And let's use the entire scratch disk. Right, yes, great. Now next, we're going to create the file system, sudo makefs.ext4 dev vda1 and hit enter. Sudo makedir mount scratch for our scratch directory, and let's mount it on dev vda1. Next, let's make a directory. Let's call it live ISO. And then let's give ourselves, i.e. the live user, ownership of this new directory. And then let's change into it. So now we have our scratch space set up. So next, let's copy the profile we'd like to use. So that's in user share, ArchISO, configs, relang, and let's copy it to live ISO directory. And let's cd into relang. So these are the files that are in relang. So first step is to add our packages that we need for building the live ISO environment. So that's in packages x86 64. This is what's already included. So let's first add some networking and system packages. ACPI, ACPI daemon, ArchISO, so we need for building this, Avahi, dialog, DOSFS tools, DNS utils, EFI boot manager, GVFS for accessing network file shares, including Samba, init utils, mtools. We also need network manager and network manager applet. Then we need NFS utils, OS prober, especially for recovery, that's very useful. Pipewire, Pipewire ALSA, Pipewire Jack, Pipewire Pulse, wget, or webget, WPA underscore supplicant for Wi-Fi, XDG user dirs, XDG utils, and next, let's give ourselves a graphical environment with Xorg and XFCE version 4. You know I like my themes. ArchGTK theme, ArchICON theme, Firefox, it's a web browser. Our display manager will be LightDM, LightDM GTK greeter, Papyrus icon theme, XFCE 4 and XFCE 4 goodies, and Xorg. And let's take a look at our list of packages that we'd like to include. Looking good. So let's write that out and proceed by making some additional directories for our systemd services. So airrootfs, etc systemd, system multi-user .target.wants, an up arrow, and we also want to create network online target.wants. And we'll need to do next a bunch of soft links to set up those systemd services. ln-s user lib systemd system network manager .service and airrootfs etc systemd system multi-user target wants network manager .service. And then we do another soft link, ln-s user lib systemd system network manager -dispatcher.service to airroot etc system dbus-org.freedesktop .nm-dispatcher.service. Hit enter. And another soft link we need would be -s user lib systemd, system, network manager, dash wait online dot service to airroot, etc, systemd, system, network, online target wants, network manager, dash wait online dot service. Hit enter. And let's take care of the display manager. ln-s user lib systemd system, whoops, missed slash there, slash lightdm.service airroot etc systemd system display manager dot service and hit enter. Oh, that's a lot of typing. So let us clear the screen. And next, let's edit airrootfs etc password. And let's add the line for live user :x: 1000. And let's give it Z shell as the shell. That looks good. Group 1000. Next, let's edit. Let's give ourselves a password. Let's give ourselves live pass as the password and generate the hash. So the hash here is all this. And let's copy it and put that in the queue. And then let's edit using nano airroot fs etc shadow. Let's add the line for live fs, or excuse me, live user : and the hash we just generated : 14871, and then 6 colons, and write it out to shadow. And then next, let's hit nano airrootfs etc group and set up the groups. So first group, of course, is root. It's 0. ADM, that'll be group 4. We'll add live user to that group. And then we want wheel. That's for Sudoers. That'll be group 10, and we'll add live user. Unix to Unix copy. We'll have that as group 14, add live user to it. Live users group will be, of course, as before, 1000. And it's its own group. So let's write that out. Next, let's go ahead and edit the group shadow. That's actually in etc. And hit enter. Let's add the line for root : And live user. And that looks good. All right. So the next step would be, let's go ahead and edit this Sudoers file, because we want live user to be able to sudo. So roots should be in there. All equals, in parentheses, all, and also the same for the wheel group. Wheel, all equals, parentheses, all. That looks good too, so let us go ahead and write that. Okay. So let's nano the profile definitions. So in the profile definitions, we set the permissions for the files we just created. That's under shadow here. So that's etc/gshadow. And give it the root permissions. And let's do the same for etc Sudoers. Put that in there. So only root has access to these files. It's very important. So let's write it out. And it's good. Let's go up one level and create our work directory and our out directory for where the ISO file will end up. Then let's sudo, live ISO is sudo, make ArchISO -v for verbose, work directory is work, output directory is out, and relang, of course, is the profile. And we hit enter, give ourselves, enter the password for live user, and we're off to the races. This will be downloading a whole bunch of packages to the Scratch space. And also, of course, it stores the downloaded packages temporarily to the AirRoot file system, which is why we needed to expand it earlier to 2 gigs so it can store all that. You might be able to get away with not having a Scratch space and just do everything in RAM. But that's only if you have a machine with lots and lots of RAM. We're running a KVM right now, and I'm afraid I don't have that much RAM to allocate, so that's where we're using a Scratch disk here. So, as I just said, this will take a while, and I will skip over this in the video, edit this out, and I'll see you in a moment. And here we're done. So the output is here in the out directory, a little over 1 gig. Let's take a look here. Yep. So that's our ISO that just generated. So if you want to create a USB boot drive, just do sudo dd if equals this ISO file, OF equals dev SD whatever your USB boot drive is. Be careful that you write to the correct disk. Block size will be 1 megabyte. And oflag equals sync. And that'll write to your disk. So or USB thumb drive rather, for your recovery. We've got also Firefox installed, and let's take a look at that. For example, you can go to ArchWiki, and you can take a look at the installation guide and use this live environment to install or recover your existing Arch installation. You've got full networking here, and including Wi-Fi if you should need it. So yes, you've got a full set of utilities at your disposal running on the machine you're actually working on to install Arch, or even recover something. Like, for example, if you want to roll back a BTRFS snapshot. So the next step might be setting up Calamari's installer, but unfortunately we're out of time, and so that would mean another video. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please leave a comment with feedback, and like and subscribe for more fun videos. See you next time.